absolutely love photography. It's your perspective. Is it the lighting? Is it the mood? Is it the place? And when I look through the scope, I see it so much better than I do with my own eyes. It's there in a compact place. I'm sure it must be ironic for people to see a woman with a guide dog with a camera. But I love irony. My life is full of irony. I was born deafblind from birth. In the first year and a half, my parents just thought I was a late bloomer. They were floored when they found out that I was deaf. And they learned about cochlear implants, which is still relatively new. You take this device and you surgically implant it, and all of a sudden, someone can hear. It's actually quite amazing. And then the journey began from there. When they learned that I had not heard or spoken for the first year and a half, I had to learn what sound was, what sounds were, how to recognize sound. Then I had to learn how to make the sound. It was very difficult. The vision piece of the puzzle came many years later when I was 15. I was at a routine eye appointment. And there was a doctor I had seen for years, and she said, "Hey, your retina looks a little funny. We're going to refer you to like a retina specialist." I remember being at the appointment and we were talking about the shirt I was going to wear to get my learner's permit picture the next day. The doctor came in and told me that I had Usher syndrome. You're deaf from birth. You have like some kind of like balance issue and your vision loss is progressive. So I essentially have tunnel vision, so I can see everything right in front of me. That is crystal clear, then there is nothing else. It was so bewildering to me that I had something my entire life and I didn't know it. It was a lot to process. I definitely went through all the stages of grief. I was 21 when I finally accepted what it meant to me. I remember the moment. I was actually in London studying abroad for the summer. And I remember thinking, from this point forward, we're just going to do everything. So I studied journalism and public relations when I was in college. Once I got out of college, I worked in public relations, and this was during the pandemic. I jokingly said to my family, "Hey, maybe I should go to grad school." And they're like, "Hey, why don't you?" So I decided to go to Georgetown. My doctor had been wanting me to get a guide dog for 5 years, and I wasn't sure if the guide dog lifestyle would be for me. I was like, we're gonna fill out the application, we're gonna see what happens. I remember getting the phone call, and they told me that I had a match. I was like, "Can I ask what the dog's name is?" She's like, "Yeah, his name is Ben." I remember when they came that morning, we put the harness on, and we were walking, and he stopped at a crack in the sidewalk. He looked at me. I knew then. I 100% knew. When he looked at me, he's like, "Hi, did you see that?" And I was just so happy from there. Working with Ben is absolutely amazing. He is determined, he is focused. He's like, "I'm gonna get you to where you're going." I feel way more confident just going out the door. Usually I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna trip somewhere today. I wonder where that's gonna be." I don't have to think about that anymore. Georgetown is 90% brick sidewalks, so there's always a brick out of place. And he will stop on his paw perfectly on the brick out of place. He's like, "I found this. You won't trip on it now." Working with Ben giving me such an incredible peace of mind. I would spend a lot of time looking down at the ground, even with my cane. I don't have to look down anymore. I can look up. Oh my gosh, there's so many things I've never noticed before. I know he's got me. But then Ben out of harness. He's the goofiest dog you will ever meet. He is absolutely bouncy and so joyful. His favorite toy is his round donut. When he meets people for the first time, he turns around, gets a donut, and he goes, "Hi, I'm Finn. This is my toy. How are you doing?" Everyone has been absolutely amazing and so supportive, and knowing that we have that support system even after graduation has been really gratifying, and it just makes me feel so supported that there's always going to be other people looking out for me. I'm really, really loving the here and the now. This is the most at peace I felt in years, and having been really reminded me of who I am and everything I've ever wanted for myself. I kind of lost sight of that after a while. I think I applied to get a guide dog at the moment I was supposed to. It had to be him.
Now is the time to remember there are two of us facing our fate. And though you've been tried by the burdens you bear, I'm here to carry the weight. You can count on me. You can count on me. Ready and willing whenever you need. I'll gladly follow or I'll take the lead. Count on me.
View every episode of Dogs of Destiny at dogsinc.org/Dogs of Destiny.